put together.
Okay.
Well, hello. Welcome, Team Fit to Love, new coaches. We're so happy that you joined. Yes. We are really excited to have me and Kelly. I'm Laura, in case you don't know me, and Kelly. And we want to just kind of walk you through like some nuts and bolts, really. Hopefully you're going to leave this call tonight with a little more confidence about what you should be doing or what maybe you should not be doing right now, and what's going to help you, what actions you should be taking to help you be successful. And also we want to give you a ton of like support resources and kind of just inspire you to let you know like it is okay. You're at the beginning of this business, but you won't be at the beginning forever, and you just take steps every day moving forward, and you are going to crush this. So you might notice in this picture it says you belong here. That is true. You belong here. Whoever you are, whatever led you to this journey, this is exactly where you're supposed to be at this time. All right, Kelly, will you do the next slide? Hey,
Hey, sorry.
No problem. So we want to start off with the first things that you need to know about. When you start coaching, honestly, there's just so many things that you're learning all at once. And it's really hard to know where your priorities need to be. And so hopefully we'll get some of that cleared up today. The most important job you have is to take care of you. And so that means that you're going to be, whatever program you're actually doing, that's what you're going to be diving deep on the nutrition plan and the exercise and drinking your shake. That's going to help you get to know the products. And also there's more products you're going to get to know about. You're going to hear about it in the team page. You're going to hear about it in the programs. And that's part of your job right now. You're learning about all the products and you're loving the products. You're enjoying it. You're feeling better with your shakes. You're feeling productive with your workouts. And then you're telling people about what you're loving. Like, so it's really simple. And I love this I feel like women were made for this way before like this was a thing. Like, we have always been like telling our friends like, oh my gosh, you got to go try this. Like, this is so good. Oh my gosh, you got to go to this restaurant. This is like, so their fajitas are so bomb. Like whatever, like this is very natural to us to do, particularly with like women. And so that's all you're doing. You're sharing what you're actually doing with people. And so it's a super natural thing for you to hopefully want to do because you're going to be enjoying your journey. And then step 4, we're going to help people change their lives with these products. So you're trying to help others, right? And the thing you're helping them with is the same solution that is helping you in your life. For instance, I know like Emily's on this call. I know one thing that she specifically likes about Beachbody stuff is like she can get in, get out, get a hard workout done and be like done, back to her life. You're going to help people do exactly what you are doing and what you're liking. And then you're going to tell those people that they can help other people change their lives. So you're going to ultimately build a team of people who are going to be really, really, really just doing what you're doing. This call right here is a first step for all new coaches. And so right now we're helping you learn the process of how you can just duplicate so you can build this team that we talk about, and so that it can be like, oh, that totally makes sense. But you have to be helping yourself before you can help others. Go for it, Kelly. All right, so the first thing we want to kind of go over with you. So we're Team Beachbody. Like that's the whole thing, Team Beachbody. But right now you might only know about Team Fit to Love, really. So we kind of want to show you there is a bigger world going on here, and you will get involved in these larger networks as you're ready for them. Right now, you're in the very beginning stages where you've got a lot of training. So you don't need to join every Facebook group that we're showing instantly, but you need to understand they exist and their purposes so that as soon as you are ready to go beyond yourself, you can. So Kelly is going to share her screen and first show us the first one, which is the Fit to Love in Facebook. So this you're probably already familiar with, is my guess. You're already in this group. You're already familiar with the units. Kelly, you want to click on the units real quick? The units are in here. The 7 units in here are actually where your 7-day boot camp is, where you get all your trainings. And this should be like your home base. This is our home, our family of coaches who really were supporting each other. So that is like where you start. But beyond that, we're actually part of a bigger network that's called the Fit Club Network. And so Kelly just shifted over to there. So this will be a Facebook group that you will join when you are ready for it. At the end of your 7-day training is when you can do it. You can do it now, whatever you want. But what this group is this is our like parent upline. They started this group. We actually are under original coaches. Like, so when they first turned Beachbody into what is now Team Beachbody, where we get the coach network, our upline, Dave and Monica is an original coach. She was invited by Carl Deichler, the CEO himself. Like, she sat in a room with him with like 20 people where he's like, hey, do you want to be the first coaches ever for this thing? And so it's really cool when you listen to Monica and Dave talk. It's just really, really cool experience. And beyond that, just a little bit of extra. Dave and Monica were married. They're no longer married. They still run this business together. Dave does almost all the stuff that you'll see in this coach page, and Monica does a lot of behind the scenes kind of work. You might notice they'll do a leaderboard. You'll see that leaderboard every month. Dave's really good about that consistency. The girl that you see up there, the SC leader, Cindy Tremblay, just know she's actually one of the top coaches in the entire network. And so it's really cool. I always love it when she posts anything in that page. She's in Canada, but she's, I think she might be like number 3 out of Canadian coaches right now or something. She's very high on the ladder. Okay, so we gave you Fit to Love. Now we gave you Fit Club Network. So beyond that is the whole company of Beachbody. So there's a Facebook page that they run that's called Team Beachbody Coach 411. This page is definitely something that I like. It constantly is updating me on like what's going on in Beachbody. But the main thing that I love on this page is that every week when we have our weekly call, why am I blanking on the name? What's the name of our call?
A wake-up call.
Yeah, the National Wake Up Call. It's on this Facebook page, and the National Wake Up Calls have literally transformed my business. It's one of my number 1 things that I'd say has helped me grow. And so right there, Kelly just found the one that was today. It's every Monday. And so this is a page you're definitely going to want to do the weekly trainings on this page, the National Wake Up Call, because this will help you grow tremendously. But again, you might not be ready for that yet, and that's fine. So now the last one that I want to share with you is Beachbody Champions. So this page is interesting. It's more like these are the best of the best coaches that just give like trainings on the regular. And sometimes the people from corporate office will also do trainings for us. Like, so there were trainings about MBF in here. And honestly, there's so many trainings in here that I can't keep up with this page. But if for instance, let's say you're working on Instagram and you're like, I want to go see what top coaches are saying about Instagram, then you go to this page, search for Instagram, and you will get some really amazing like trainings pulled up. You can kind of read through. Another thing is they do a lot of power hours and action hours on here. So if you don't feel like you know how to use your time to grow your business, like you can definitely watch some of these videos. The coaches, while we all have things we do the same, there is some like differences in how we finesse it and how we like it. And you'll also have certain coaches that you just like vibe on more than others. And so it's kind of fun to get to know some of our top producing coaches. So those 4 Facebook groups are all ones you want to get to be in, but you don't have to today, but that's going to be a big part of you being part of the bigger program. All right, so next, just so you know, you should mark your calendar. You should get out your calendar at some point. Kelly's going to post this in our group today, so you don't have to write it down right now or anything like that. But these are all the calls that are going on, because sometimes it feels like Kelly's just like posting another Zoom link, and you're like, what the? She just posted a link. Like, she's crazy. Stop it. You know, but this hopefully will give you some clarity. So for our team, every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, there is a team call. Then, one time a month, there is a brunch and biz meeting on a Saturday at 10 a.m. that will literally be a call where we invite people to try to invite them into the business opportunity. Then once a month, there's going to be a getting started right call. So that's your right now. So for new coaches, like if you sign coaches this month, you could either give them this recording of this call, or you can invite them to the one that will be next month on August 10th. Then at the end of the month, there's going to be a total solution sneak peek, which is going to happen on Saturdays at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. And what that is that's going to be a call like this, but for people who want to join a challenge group. So they don't know anything about what the fitness plan is about, and we want to do a deep dive on that. Then one Monday a month for new coaches, there's going to be a push to Emerald. So if you're on this call right now, I would love it if you'd mark your calendar for July 22nd and plan on being here at 5 p.m., which is 8 p.m. for us East Coasties. But that you will learn about what to do to get to Emerald. Finally, there will be a push to Diamond coming. The next one's in October. And that's like a month-long push where you really are leveling up on your business. So that's something over the next few months, you are trying to position yourself to be in a place where you can get invited to that group, because that's an exclusive group for people who are really working their business. The only other things that you should know about are there's 2 additional calls. I already talked about the National Wake Up Call, but there you have it again. It's at 8 a.m. on Mondays. And then the other one that I forgot to mention earlier is the Fit Club Network, which was the second Facebook page we showed you. They actually have a team call every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Sometimes, again, there's so many calls. If you ever don't know which ones to listen to and if you're like overwhelmed, just talk to your upline coach and they will help you. Because I know like me, Kelly and I listen to all these. But if you're feeling like you can't like keep up with it, talk to us and we'll help you figure out where the priority should be right now. All right. So let's say that you are in the middle of doing something and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know this. You know, I have this question. We want to go over now some ways that you can get questions answered that don't involve having to go to your upline alone. So in a moment, Kelly's going to show us the coach office. You already know about the team page. I can't stress enough. Like my coaches know, I'm always like, take a screenshot of what you said and throw it in the team page. Someone will give you advice. Like use the team page to help you. There's also some FAQs that Kelly will show you in the Coach Online office. And finally, and I know it's so funny that we have to say this, but like YouTube and Google are your friends. Like honestly, they'll give you more answers and probably faster and better than we necessarily will. So Kelly, would you like to show the office a little bit?
Yep, absolutely. So, come on, escape. Oh, there we go. So let me move my faces out of the way. So here's the coach office. If you haven't, you should have received a welcome email from Team Beachbody when you signed up as a coach, and they probably gave you some instructions of how to set up your websites and things like that, which we also have in our the 7-day quick start training in the units that we have in our team page for you. But I definitely wanted to go over a couple things because this back office can be overwhelming as well. And so again, just like with what Laura said with you can join all these groups. You don't have to right away. We don't want you to be overwhelmed, and we want you to take this step by step. And so again, Beachbody provides so much training and information and resources, and it's amazing. However, when you look at it all at once, it can be super, super overwhelming. You don't know where to begin. So the first place you want to begin is to set up your direct deposit, because if your goal is to make money and earn some income, you want to know how to get it directly into your bank account, not have them charge $2 to send you a check, because they can send you a check if you still want a check, but they'll charge $2 to send that. And so I do want to show, and now I have to remember where it is. I think I was like, I just remembered where it was and then I forgot. My EFT, Monitor My Business. This is where I spend most of my time, is in Monitor My Business in the back office. Because it's basically where you're going to monitor your business. What's happening? What are your coaches doing when you have coaches? What are your orders doing? Are your orders coming up? Do you need to change things? Are your customers ordering? Are their orders coming up for renewal? This is where you're going to find all that information. And so that direct deposit is going to be right under the compensation, my EFT management, and you're going to go in there, you're going to set that up, and within a week, you should be getting your paychecks direct deposited to your bank of choice, wherever you want your income to go, okay? Going back to Monitor My Business, actually, I'm going to go back to home really fast, because this is, before I spend time in the Monitor My Business, this is actually where I spend most of my time. It tells me where to go in Monitor My Business. So when you hit this dashboard, it's your home page, and if you download the BB Links, there you can have an app on your phone, which makes it really, really easy. It has a home page very similar to this, but this will show you your current rank, when you joined, if your Success Club qualification, which we're going to talk about if you're not sure what Success Club means. But it kind of gives you all your vitals, like your coach ID, your username, all that kind of stuff. But what's the most important is all in one place. It gives you all your business alerts. So it's going to tell you if you have new customers, if you have new customer orders, if you have coaches on your team, if they've changed rank, if they're gonna go inactive, if you had a new coach sign up, if you had new coach orders. This is where all of that, these are those business alerts that you're gonna wanna pay attention to, okay? That's where I go first every single morning when I open up the app on my phone, when I'm sitting getting ready to read my personal development. I open up the app and I go right to my business alerts and I check it all out, and then I kind of go on, do my workout and everything, and I'll go back to it later, okay? And then Laura talked about, this is really what I want to dive into today, is just the main page, but I do want to show you where you can get support, where she talked about those FAQs. I am somebody who doesn't like to need other people. Like, I don't want to be needy, and I want to be a go-getter, and I don't want to have to, like, I always feel like I'm asking a stupid question, which there are no stupid questions. I just want to say that's just me personally. But so I always want to know where I can get information without having to rely on somebody else. And this is one of the places. Google and YouTube is the other place. So anything related to Beachbody. So if you want to know about a program, you want to know about a promotion, you want to know about ingredients in one of our products, if you want to know anything, how to earn Success Club. Laura and I just Googled this, how to earn Success Club points. We just did this earlier when we were altering our presentation. Everything you could need to know about Success Club points is going to be here. Okay, all in the FAQs. Everything is here, and it always makes me so. I'm always so mad when somebody said, like, I text my upline or text me like, oh, it's FAQ this, and I'm like, God damn it! If I just would have checked the FAQs, I probably could have found it on my own. And the second place, and again, I don't want to discourage you from asking your upline for help. That is what we are here for. I just know if you're, I'm like type A minus. I'm not totally type A, but I'm type A minus. I like to just be able to get what I need and get moving and not rely on somebody else for their answers. So use the FAQ. If you cannot find it, definitely go ask your upline. I use Google and YouTube for everything. I use YouTube to research other top coaches, what they're doing, what's working for them. I watch their team calls about subjects that I want to learn more about, that I can teach my team about. I Google everything. Like I Googled how to set up, what are the dimensions for a Facebook cover photo? Like everything, I'm reading the book, Everything is Figure Outable. So like everything is figure outable on Google and YouTube. I promise you, it's crazy. So use your resources. I hate feeling like I don't have the answers, and I hate feeling like I can't help somebody find what they want. So at least if I know I've Googled it or I've YouTubed it, I'd be like, hey, I Googled it, I YouTubed it, whatever, here is where I can help them find what they want to be successful. So anything else you wanted me to show, Laura, on the, okay, so we'll go back to here.
Yes, Abby. All right, so as coaches, we meaning Beachbody has deduced down 4 vital behaviors that successful coaches do consistently. So these 4 things that I'm about to share here are literally your roadmap to success. So number 1, you have to be proof that that the products work. So what that means, it's so simple. You need to be doing a Beachbody workout, drinking Shakeology, and following one of our nutrition plans. Now, let me be clear when I say follow a nutrition plan. Kelly, I just happened to watch her stories earlier. It was really good. She showed like her eating lasagna and then said it wasn't on plan, but then she did like a 3-minute talk about how she was mad at herself for saying that, because there's nothing on our nutrition plans that are like not permissible. You know, like that's a failure plan if that's, we're trying to get people in style. And so when I say follow a nutrition plan, I mean you're either using Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset to guide what you're doing. Depending on the results you're trying to get, that will also shape what you're trying to do. I kind of say that all the time. Like, are you right now trying to maintain, or are you trying to lose? Because those are very different looking situations. But basically, here's the deal. Like, the people who are trusting you are coming for what you're doing, right? And if you're doing something than what you're selling, then that doesn't line up. Like, that doesn't make sense, and that's not going to build you a sustainable business. It's not going to build you a solid foundation. Kelly has done a ton of talking in other calls about how she did this all wrong in the beginning herself, where she did not do these things, and she built a very unstable business that was frustrating for her. So this is the foundation. You got to be doing this. That's why the first slide was saying you have to work on yourself first. Like, that is so important. The second vital behavior is the sharing, the connecting, the inviting, the follow-up. So the personal relationships that you're building with people and you're inviting them in. So that involves sharing your journey on social. It involves your conversations you're having. It involves your invites. The third vital behavior, and definitely the most overlooked one, is personal development. And the funny part about this is that you literally hear every top coach say, like, I didn't put enough value into that, and when I started taking my personal development seriously, that's when my business really started to get traction. So I don't know how else to say that. It is the easiest one to think you don't need, and it is actually so important. You can do everything else right, but if you're not doing the personal development and just working on your mindset every day, and like literally 10 minutes a day, nothing crazy, it really can be the missing puzzle piece in your business. So it's that important. And finally, recognition. So celebrating meaningful achievements that contribute to success. So that can be celebrating your challengers when they have a non-scale victory, or when they lose their first 5 pounds, or your new coaches when they like get their first customer. Like Emily today has her first like customer who switched to her. So that was like a huge celebration. Like, recognize that stuff. We're going to put a whole bunch of shiny objects in front of you, labels like Emerald and Ruby and Success Club and Elite. You're going to hear all these things. But those aren't the only things we celebrate. Those are the things that Beachbody corporate tells us to celebrate, but we should celebrate and recognize every little step, and that will make it more enjoyable, like for everyone. Like people love to be seeing for what they're doing right. And so we have the opportunity to be that difference in people's lives. All right, next slide. Okay, so in the back office, you can actually find this document that we have here. It's called the Business Activity Tracker. And if you just went in the little search thing at the top of your business office and wrote Business Activity Tracker, this will come up. This is literally exactly what you should do. This is like for anyone whose head is swimming and you're like, I don't know what I should be doing. This is it. Exactly what to be doing every single day. So I want to talk about this document, a couple of things. Notice at the top, it has 2 check marks for did you listen to the national wake up call and did you listen to the team call? And so those are 2 calls you should be listening to every week. When I say team call, I mean the Fit to Love call. I did speak about the Fit Club Network call. That's like a second team call. Although if you're feeling overwhelmed, work on those 2 first that you see. Don't forget to write your why every week and your target market. Skipping those things would be a very big misstep. I know the boxes look small, but the meaning behind them is big. And so take the time to do that. Then you see this literally broken down by the different ideas of the vital behaviors. So every day you're supposed to be proof the products work. So that's just workout and Shakeology. So that's check. And then it tells you how to connect and invite and follow up. And it gives you specific actions and it gives you time amounts that it should take you. So I want to talk about this for a minute because we talk a lot about doing a power hour. So working on your business for 1 hour every day where you're inviting and creating content. If you add up the time on here, this is more than an hour worth of time. And so I want to talk about that. You can do this exactly as it is. In fact, the way this document came about is from coaches who were getting results. They did a very deep dive into what they're doing to get success. And this is exactly what they were doing. So if you have time that you can spend all this, okay, I will do that later. Anyway, so what I was going to say is if you have time to spend on all this stuff, then I would do exactly what it says here. But if for some reason you're realizing that you do not have time to necessarily do all these things, cut the times in half or choose certain days that you're doing certain things. Work with your upline coach to say, hey, here's my plan for this week. How does that look? Like I would tell you the Instagram stories, the Facebook stories, like I wouldn't cut that short. There's certain things here I wouldn't cut short. I would try to actually do every day. But there's other things that if you can't figure out how to work it out, talk with your upline coach and come up with something reasonable. Like for instance, I don't find this tracker is reasonable, to be honest, in certain ways. Like I don't want to work 7 days a week on the business. Like I want to have Sundays to mostly be with my family. And that's okay. Like you do not have to check every box. There's no rule about that. There's no one's checking this. This is for you to have a way to monitor your actions and see what results it's getting for you. Notice at the bottom of it, there is a way to track, like how did it impact your business each week. The only other thing I want to say, notice it starts on Thursday. That's because Thursday is like our payday. So if you take your actions from Thursday to Wednesday, the next Thursday when you wake up, you're going to see the results of that week.
Well, Laura talks to her daughter really fast. I do want to say something. She said that you don't have to share it, or that this is for you to track your results in your business. However, the one thing that I will say is like what I'll ask my coaches, if my coaches are coming to me and saying, I'm trying everything that you're telling me to do, I'm following the tracker, I'm inviting, I'm doing my personal development, I'm showing up and doing the 4 vital behaviors and I'm still not getting anybody, I might say, hey, let me see your tracker. Let me go check your social. So I might ask that, not to put them on this, not to make them feel better, but be like, if you're really doing these things and I want to see it. I want to see that you're tracking it. Because maybe if you're not tracking it, maybe you think you invited 5 people or 25 people in 1 week, but you really only invited 5. You know, maybe you really didn't go back and follow up with everybody because you weren't tracking and you forgot some people. So yes, it is for you, and it's not to make you feel bad or feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But if you're not seeing the success that you want to see based on what we've, said, do these things and you should see success, then we might ask to see some of what you've been doing and maybe we can help you tweak it.
Exactly. And so it's just really important to have that. I would suggest, honestly, literally tonight printing off 4 of these so you are ready for the next month. That would be a huge win for you. All right, Kelly, next slide. So the second page of it keeps going to this page. So the second page of the business activity tracker, well, the second and third are just gold. I can't even tell you how valuable they are. And they literally just added these pages a month ago. And it's when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So you'll notice down in the bottom right, there's this form, start date, customer name, health goals, and then all these check boxes. Well, what this is it's the way you follow up with someone once they've ordered Shakeology specifically. So it literally is telling you here, weeks 1 to 4, this is what you're asking. This is what you're checking up on week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You're checking up on all these things, making sure that it's going well. Month 2, here's what you're doing. Month 3. Notice, if you do that, you are way more likely to create someone who is actually a fan and a truly getting results. Quite frankly, you're having the frequency of communication that's needed when you're getting people started. And so I can't tell you enough how valuable this is that you have this. And let's say you have someone who gets, instead of Shakeology, they get Recover and Energize. You can literally ask these same questions or similar questions and follow that same path. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, month 2, month 3. If you're having these 6 touch points, and actually month 2 has 2 of them, so I misspoke there. 7 touch points, you are way more likely to be creating people who are going to be absolute fans, potential coaches for you one day. You're building, again, a solid foundation. And that's what we want to teach you, is ways to build this business that starts strong. All right. Next slide. All right. Kelly, will you do this slide? I have more daughter drama.
I was like, what does she want me to do with this slide? I'm confused. So your first goal as a new coach. So you've signed up, you are starting a program. Now you want to invite people to join you, right? Who wants to work out and be in misery alone? No, I'm just kidding. But so your first goal as a new coach is to invite people to join you, help people get started on the same, what am I trying to say? Same path, there we go, same path that you're on. And so what a lot of people start with, what maybe you started with, is a challenge pack. We call it a challenge pack. I don't know why they call it a challenge pack. It should be it is like the total solution. And that's what we're now going to be doing a call on the total solution, because it really is. It's our superfood shake. We get all access to all of the programs unless they're early access. Plus now you're going to be able to get nutrition plans, and then you have the community support. And when you help at least 3 people each month get started on their own goals, you will hit Success Club. Your first goal is to help 3 people, and in that first month, you would hit Success Club, okay? Achieving Success Club, and we're gonna talk about what that is and how you earn those points on the next slide. But achieving Success Club 3. So it's Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, and we always used to say, oh, you hit these points and all this stuff, but points don't sound cool. Lives changed sounds way better. So when we say you help 3 people, yeah, you might earn 6 points, but that's 3 lives that you just had the chance to get them started on their own journey and change their life, right? You get to be a part of that journey. And so, yes, there's things like you get rewarded when you hit Success Club, at least Success Club 5 the first 3 months, or out 3 out of the first 6 months of your coaching journey, you earn a free ticket to Summit, and you also earn a spot in a brand new program's test group, which is gold. Like our girl Shakia that is on our team, we interviewed her a couple weeks ago. She was in the MBF test group because she did just this. She signed up in January, hit Success Club 10 her first 3 months, got in that test group, lost 10 pounds, 10 inches, got to like literally life-changing experience in that test group. And you earn that by helping other people change their life. So yes, the points are wonderful. Yes, the income is great. But the bonus is that we get to help people change their life. And so when we talk about, like, where am I going to find 3 people a month for the first 3 months? We really encourage you to start with your friends and family. Who are your biggest supporters? Who are the people that you could go to? They're your ride or die, and you're going to be like, hey, I'm starting this program on this day. I really want people to join me. If it's your sisters, brothers, mom, dad, somebody, you could be like, hey, I need people to coach so that I can show other people what I'm doing and have some results to share with people. Ask the people that will try it, your best friends, and go all in with them. You don't have to have been a coach for months or years to show up with somebody and say, hey, we're going to work out together, or hey, we're going to do this nutrition plan. You don't have to be a nutrition expert or a fitness expert. You're just doing exactly what they're doing. You're just doing it together. Okay. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, Laura, but.
Nope. All right. So I'm going to talk about Success Club points. So again, Kelly just said, like, Beachbody Corporate's going to call it points. We really try to focus on changing lives, though, instead of thinking of it as points. However, there are like 2 things that 2 ways to get to Success Club, and one's called Success Club 5, one's called Success Club 10. Both are great. If you hit Success Club 5 or 10, you're in Success Club. However, Success Club 10 is always great because it gets you a little better leads. So let's talk about how you can get some of those points to get to Success Club 5 or 10. So you can earn 2 points by selling a challenge pack or a completion pack. And the difference is challenge pack is for someone who does not have Beachbody On Demand. Completion is for someone who already has Beachbody On Demand. And if someone purchases the Performance Stack, which is the Recover and Energize on Home Direct, so that means like where it's going to auto ship to them, then you can get 2 points. And if someone gets 3 boxes of Beach Bars on Home Direct, which means it will auto ship to them next month, then you would get 2 points. If when they purchase, they do not get the Home Direct, so let's say they purchase 3 boxes of Beach Bars, but they do it as a one-time order, you would not get the points. So that's something important to know, that all of these are coming with that Home Direct option, which means that there's going to be a reoccurring order in it. So all those would get you 2 points. You get 1 point if you, what does that say? Multiple monthly subscriptions. What is that one, Kelly?
This is another one. So it doesn't happen very often, but if customers have multiple monthly subscriptions that have a minimum of 90 PV combined, so beyond their regular Shakeology or their Performance Stack or their Beach Bars, multiple HD orders, but it has to also add up to 90 PV, which I don't know if I've ever gotten a point that way, but it is another way to do it.
Yeah, right?
And I didn't put on there the retention points because it's still a promotion. Yeah. And if we don't know if it's going to be, so there are some other ways to earn points right now, but it's not permanent. So I didn't put it in there. So we can talk.
Right now it's really about if someone gets Shakeology and they get it the second month, they choose to continue to get it, that can get you extra points, which if you're doing that Shakeology questioning that we were talking about, those might be easy points for you even. Really important to know, you actually can get points more than once for the same customer, but it has to be 6 months apart. And so if someone ordered a completion pack for MBF this month, and then next month they order like a 3-day refresh challenge pack, you're not going to get another 2 points the following month. Notice right here these incentives for hitting Success Club. So much fun. So your first month you hit Success Club, you will get the Team Beachbody tank or t-shirt. You'll get to choose. Then if you get it 3 months out of the year, you are going to get the puzzle, which I got the puzzle in the mail and I about died. So you get the puzzle. What?
So it's perfect for quarantine.
It is kind of crazy that they chose a puzzle during quarantine. I just wish it had color on it. Like, anyways, I digress. The 6th month is oh my gosh, the Snuggies, the sleeve blankets for Shakeology.
That's coming. I got my 6th month last month, so I'm going to get that soon. Me and Quinn will be matching.
That's so funny. I think I should be getting close to earning mine too, so that's exciting. Next one for 9 months is the Team Beachbody pullover sweatshirt. So that, I will say, I always like their clothes. I think their clothes are high quality, so I look forward to earning their clothes. And then 12 months, I know Kelly is like super excited because she plans on getting 12 months of Success Club this year, and she really wants the Theragun. So that is the 2020 Success Club rewards. In 2021, they'll come out with new ones. Last year, I know Kelly earned the 12-month award, which was luggage, actually. Like, super cool. So it's fun to see what you can get here.
I earned all of them last year.
Yeah, you did. I know I have my Beachbodyopoly in my closet. Someone laughed about it the other day. Anyways, okay. So we've told you so much, but here's really one of the first steps that you need to be able to do all the inviting we've talked about is you need to actually commit to when you're going to start a program. Like, you need to be able to tell people, like, this is what I'm doing, and invite them. So you can host your own. You can work with another coach. Your upline coach will absolutely work with you. I know that for both Kelly and myself, all of our groups technically start on the first Monday of every month. There's always a group starting. If I'm private messaging people, it's normally about starting on the first Monday of the month. And then you got to pick where you want that group to be. Do you want to run your group on Facebook or have your own bod group? And so that's, again, a decision you should make with your upline coach to really help you feel confident about it. And then after you know that, you are ready to start inviting and changing lives. All right. So did we have a slide about bod group versus Facebook? Okay, then go back for one slide. I just remembered something I wanted to say. Just so you know, Beachbody provides what are called challenge group scripts. So Kelly, can you show that in the team office real quick? So if you go to the coach office under Grow My Business, you can go to bod group tools. And so remember I said you could choose between bod group or Facebook group. Here's everything you need to know about bod groups. And Kelly just clicked on challenge group guides. So down here is actually literally a coach posting guide for pretty much every program we have. So you guys see our coach posts go up and you're like, oh my gosh, she takes the time to write that every day. Like, no, we don't. We can steal them from here. However, I will say right now, Kelly and I both don't use ones from here. We want you to know this is available. Kelly has been purchasing ones that she uses. So in the Fit to Love coaches, will you show your Facebook group real quick? If you were to go into files, well, into photos first, she's showing. She uploads the pictures for the group each month. So that's where you literally can get these straight from Kelly. And then if you go into files, it literally has exactly, there's the July 1st through 31st, here's what to post. So you don't have to come up with that coach post idea. You do need to read through whatever you choose to use and make sure you like what it says and agree with it and stuff like that. But you're not coming up with this stuff cold. Like, there is so many resources for you. And so that really support you in when you start. By the way, if starting a group with on your own sounds intimidating, then do it with your upline. I didn't start on my own, and I don't think Kelly did either. Like, it's no big deal. But when you're ready to run your own group by yourself, there's tons of resources for you. All right, next slide. So
we have about a 11-minute window before our team call.
Okay. All right. So for your first invites, you're really just trying to be a conversation expert. Your goal is to connect with 3 new people a day or 21 people a week. That doesn't mean everyone has to be an instant invite. You're not reaching out to close all the time. You're reaching out to open the door. You be brief when you invite. You be excited, and you end the message with a call to action. So, ask them a question which would force them to answer you. And definitely when you invite, like, tell them, like, I have a group starting this date. It's going to involve fitness and nutrition. Are you interested? Now, in our team page, our team drive, Google Drive, there's actually invite scripts. You do not need to work on this wording. You need to work with your upline coach to make sure you know where the invite scripts are, and then use that resource to help you. Before you try to fix all their problems, you need to ask some questions. You need to learn, like, hey, what goals do you currently have? What's worked for you in the past? What hasn't, And as you start to learn more about them, that's going to empower you to be able to actually meet their needs. And then so many people think when someone pushes back on you with some sort of objection, like about the price or the time or the whatever, that's bad. Like, no, it's not. That's really good. That means you have a savvy person on your hands, someone who thinks, someone who's a critical thinker and isn't just going to spend. I've had people spend $300 on stuff from me and do nothing with it. Those challengers aren't really that much fun. I'd rather have someone who pushes back and we come to a decision that they feel good about when they purchase, so that they're ready to take on this challenge. You can use the scripts from our Google Drive for your invites. Some people are afraid of the cost. Like, sometimes they're like, oh, Shakeology, and some of the coaches, if in your mind you think Shakeology is expensive, that will come through in your invites. So that's another thing. Like, if you're feeling like that, that's something to talk to your upline more about. I will tell you, the value of Shakeology is beyond, like, I would pay more than what it cost. It has changed my life, literally. And once you understand the quality, the way it's produced, the care that's taken, the fact that the market of shakes is a joke, it's so unregulated, there's so much crap out there. The value's there. You don't need to worry. The other thing is, I'm just going to say it, you don't need to decide how people need to spend their money. I've got a lot of broke friends who seem to be okay, buying $150 jeans. And I don't get it, but, like, I'm not in control of how they spend their money. So you don't need to decide that for people. They get to decide how they spend their money. And whatever you do, don't just, like, send a link right away. Like, in fact, we're going to, in our inviting, we train you to first send a little video that is about the program. But before you even do that, ask them when I'm going to send you a 3-minute video. When can you watch it? And so you'll know when they'll watch it, when you can follow up. Like, there's a finesse to inviting that takes time to learn, but really worth all the small details. And then when someone says no, like, no big deal. We're asking them to take on a life-changing event. Like, they might not be in the position they want to do that right then. That doesn't mean they won't want to. I keep inviting. Sometimes I wait 2 months and then I invite them again. But you don't take them off the list. You just, in your head, you're like, that's a not yet. All right. So your goal as a coach, your second goal after you have your group, is that you want to hit Emerald. And Emerald is just you plus 2. So it's you with 2 people signed up under you as either working coaches doing what you're doing right now, or simply as preferred members just getting the discount. And so that's all you're doing. You can totally do this. And that's why our push to Emerald on the 22nd, so many times people hit Emerald before we even get to the push to Emerald, because they start inviting and people are like, well, I want a discount. So that's your first goal.
Especially with a launch happening tomorrow, that the only way you can get early access for in the next 3 weeks is by being a preferred member or a coach. And because it's free to sign up, a lot of people will join. They'll do it, and then they get a discount the second month. So,
yep.
Oh, what happened to your picture? It went away.
Oh, it's okay. So when you're on social media, you're a coach, but that's not all you are. So just make sure you're sharing all the aspects of your journey. Before you post things, think about what you want people to get out of this, and would it stop their scroll? You do not want every post to be a workout post or a nutrition post or a health post. People need to see that you are a well-rounded person. In fact, the nutrition and health part of it should actually be a lower percentage than anything else.
You want to mention your call from last week that goes way more in depth on this?
Yeah, last week's team call was just phenomenal on this. It was how to sell without being salesy. Look at that picture. You updated that too. That's so funny. All right, well, I'm just going to talk about this page. We had 2 pictures on here. One was this one. This was an Instagram post from years ago that Kelly did, where it was very like, this is from Beachbody. This is about products. And then over here, she had one of her where she actually went to Vegas like a week or a couple weeks ago, and someone told her she looked fat. And it was this like very emotional post. And what we can tell you is that do not post the canned Beachbody stuff. It's in opposition to what you're trying to build. You're trying to build a business that is around how you are going to help people, not how Beachbody products are. Your business isn't Beachbody, your business is you, and you use Beachbody products to get your results. And so if you happen to throw up a post about a Beachbody that looks like one of these, your upline probably going to talk to you about it. Not that you're in trouble or not that you did something bad, because guess what? We all did it. This is Kelly's actual post at one point. And I have tons that pop up in my memories, but they're not inviting to people. They don't turn people on and make them want to draw closer to you. It makes people feel like you're trying to sell them. And that's a creepy feeling for a lot of people. All right, next. So what do you do now? Ooh, Kelly, it's late. Okay, I'm going to go through this real quick. You need to go through the 7-day boot camp in our group. That's essential. That's going to get you started. Make sure you complete all the homeworks and work with your upline. You need to commit to a program, drink your shake, and work on picking a personal development. You need to commit to a start date for your first challenge group. You need to begin your journey. And the last one, which is I think the most important, is don't get overwhelmed. Just let your upline know every time you're overwhelmed. We will help you pare down and say this is the most important thing. And the last piece of advice that I got that just has been priceless for me was be here in a year. Do not join into a business and expect that in 2 months you're going to have it figured out. Like, this is a business and you are going to figure it out piece by piece, step by step, just like every other thing you've done in your life. So to expect an overnight success is not realistic, but if you give yourself the opportunity to be here in a year, I promise you will shock yourself with how you'll grow and what you'll be able to accomplish. So Kelly, I feel like questions might not be able to happen with the time. Oh, you're on mute.
I muted myself, but I thought I was unmuting. I was gonna say, if people do have questions, I definitely want them to reach out to one of us or your own upline, and definitely ask those questions. But yeah, I think we should probably jump over to the team call.
Yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and hopefully this helped give some clarity to some of the big rocks that are your foundation in your business.
Thank you.
Bye. Of course.
Bye.
Bye. See you on the next call.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Sandy.